I'm going to be telling you how I applied for a job that I was not qualified for and how I got the job. Let's get started. So, sometime in 2021, I was very active on Upwork. I was applying for a lot of jobs. And then there was this job. The client wanted me to list NFT marketplaces. NFT is like, what's it called? Non-fundable tokens, yeah. So basically, he needed me to list these marketplaces, and it was for $210. Okay, no, $200 actually, just to list all the NFT marketplaces. And guys, I knew nothing about cryptocurrency. I knew nothing about Web3. I knew nothing about NFTs. My bio did not say anything about NFTs. My bio was about writing, content writer, SEO, increase engagement. So there was really nothing that qualified me for this role. But then how did I get this role? And how did I do a good job that made the clients to give me a 4.85 star review and even add an extra amount of money? I think he eventually gave me a bonus of $10. So $210 eventually. So I'm going to be showing you how I did it. Now, the first thing I did was I wasn't desperate because I wasn't qualified for the job, so there was no desperation. And as I say again and again and again, people can smell desperation from afar, and people do not want to hire someone that's desperate. They want to hire someone who is confident, knows how to do the job, and would deliver the job without much force, right? And they don't want emotions. They don't want you to get involved with your emotions. So they don't even want to hire you if you're desperate. So basically, I was not desperate because I wasn't qualified for the job. Secondly, I did my research. That you're not qualified for the job doesn't mean that you cannot do a research. I did my research. I said, okay, what's NFT? I went online to Google. I typed what's NFT. I did a little bit of reading, research. Okay, what are the marketplaces and all of that. Thirdly, I simulated an experience. Now, experience would always trump your profile. It will always trump whatever you've done. Once you show someone that you've done this thing before, their trust level skyrockets. So I simulated an experience. I told this guy about one time where I was supposed to deliver a list of marketplaces in the cryptocurrency world. Now, I promise you, this was not exactly true. It was just based on something I had done before, but wasn't exactly related to what he was saying. But I had to use it because I had to show him that I had an experience, right? So instead of just saying, "Oh, I'm a cryptocurrency trader. I know about NFTs, blah 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 blah," people don't want to know what you know. They want you to know what have you done. So the first thing I said was, "Hello, Jay." I think the client's name was Jay. "Hello, Jay. I see that you're looking for someone to compile a list of NFT marketplaces. I think I'm the best bet for you." And then the next thing was, "No, don't take my word for it. Last year, I worked for a client who wanted me to do this, that. And I did this. And the result was," remember, you're not just telling them about what you did, you're telling them also about the results that you got. Because always remember that the STAR approach is the best approach to talking about your experiences. What is the STAR approach? S stands for situation. What was the situation? Oh, I had the clients that wanted this. The next is T. T stands for task. What was the task that you had to do? I had to do this and this and this. A stands for, I can't remember A, I'm so sorry. But R stands for results. So eventually you now tell them the results that you got. Okay, this was the results that happened. This was what happened. So I did that, and then eventually I ended by asking the guy, "Please, would you want me to send some of the lists that I have done in the past?" Now, what that does is, number one, it shows that, oh, you even have some samples. And then number two, it shows that you're willing to share the samples. And number three, when you end with a question like that, you make it easier for the clients to reply you. Because the truth is, on Upwork, you're not even going for the kill. You don't want them to hire you up front, because clients don't want you to what's the word? They don't want you to make them to take a decision at a very quick pace. So what you just want to do is, you want this client to reply you. You don't want these clients to hire you. You just want him to reply you. That's all you want, right? So asking that question, just made the clients to say, yes, I'd like to see some samples. However, in my case, this guy didn't want to see some samples. The fact that I was able to ask him if he wanted some samples was enough proof to him that, oh, I probably have done this before, right? Now, the thing is, if he had asked for a sample, I would have gone to a freelance group I belong to, and I'm like, oh, who has ever done this? Please, can you share one of your samples with me, and then I'll use it and show the client. So eventually he replied me, and then he hired me. He started the contract. And what did I do? I took this job. I gave it to someone who was very good with NFTs and marketplaces and all of that. And I gave him a cut of the money, and he was so glad to do this job for me. Mind you, he didn't know that it was an Upwork client, so he didn't know how much the person was going to pay me eventually. So he did the job. He did a very good job. And I told him an earlier deadline. So eventually I submitted this job at an earlier date. I did a good job. And then the client was very, very pleased with me, and he paid me. He left me a very amazing review on my Upwork profile, and he gave me 4.85 stars. So this is simply how I applied for a job that I wasn't qualified for, and how I got the job. So you can do that too. So in case you are seeing jobs like, oh, a job that you're not exactly qualified for and you want to apply for it, go ahead, just do your research, write a very good cover letter, a compelling one, and go for the kill. You never know, all right? And also, when you apply for a job you're not qualified for, one thing you have to know is that they're not obliged to hire you, right? So also, it's, I don't know, I wouldn't say luck, but then there's also the part of, oh, it happened, grace or luck or whatever, I don't know. But you would never have this opportunity if you do not try. So go ahead and do that. And I think there was another time, this is another experience where I applied for a job I wasn't qualified for. This job was for someone who was going to be a research assistant. I'm not a research assistant, I'm a writer, but I applied for the job. But then one thing that happened was that the email I sent was so good that this guy was like, I don't want to hire you as a research assistant. I want to hire you as a writer because you write so well. And eventually, he did not hire me for that job I applied for. He hired me to be a writer, which is the job that I already do. So, I mean, if you're a video editor and you want to apply for a job that you're not qualified for, you can do a video and the person is like, oh my god, if you did this video, if you edited this video, I don't want to hire you for the position you initially applied for. I want to hire you for video editing. You're so good. So guys, apply for jobs that you're not qualified for. You would eventually be qualified for them when you apply for them and you do them. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. Bye.